Hello and welcome to the first Anime Masters of the Apocalypse episode, Anime Talk.
Whoa!
I am Hora AVGN. You can just call me Mass during the session, and I will be the moderator for this time. And with me, I have Vlad.
Hello.
And I have Anne.
Hi.
And we are going to talk about Death Note as our first subject. During the course of this video, we will go through several minor subjects related to Death Note, and you will get the enjoyment of hearing us discuss our opinions about, well, Death Note. And yes, let's get on. And the first subject is Light and L's rivalry. All right, since I was the one who picked this subject, I feel like I should start. So I feel like that one of the biggest parts of the Death Note series is the entire relationship and rivalry between Light and L, with them both trying to catch each other and trying to find out its identity. It's basically what's driving the entire first half of the story.
Yeah.
And notably, the story actually, in my opinion, decreases in quality once this rivalry no longer is in focus.
Yeah, the plot is, in my opinion, significantly less interesting after this big plot point has a resolution with L dying in the end.
Spoiler warning, but by the way.
Oh
yeah.
I think everyone knows this should have seen the
Probably.
show
You know, I feel like I should have said spoiler warning from the start. So, anyway, spoiler to all of Death Note, basically.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, keep talking.
But yeah, it is a very interesting rivalry, and you're completely right. It's what drives the whole first season of the series, with their rivalry trying to one up each other.
Definitely. And what makes it very interesting, like one of the best rivalries in all of anime, I would actually argue, is the whole yin yang thing, with them being just complete opposites of each other. So they're very complementary.
I would say that their appearance is very opposite, but their personality is almost the same. The way they think is very similar.
Yeah, it's very logical.
Yeah, they're both very smart and logical people, but I would say their thinking is like good and evil. Then they're complete opposites, almost. One is on the side, like we have L, who's trying to catch bad people because they're bad. And then
but Light is doing the same, just in another way.
Well, no, he goes.
I mean, he's an absolute serial killer, but he's trying to catch bad people, just like L is doing.
Yeah, the difference here is, though, that Light very quickly goes into I'm gonna become the god of the new world.
Yeah,
and how dare you cross me, puny mortals? Like, basically, he becomes extremely petty and will kill someone for slighting him.
Yeah.
Is it too much to say that L is almost a calculating robot in his way of catching Light?
Yeah,
he's pretty much indifferent in the way of if it costs some lives, it wouldn't matter to him.
Yeah, he does not give a shit.
Yeah, like he's willing to torture people to get his way.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, like that scene with Misa where they got her like in that I don't know, bondage suit or whatever the hell it is.
It was
he
nasty.
was willing to let her pee herself.
Yeah. Oh, like I think they cut this out of the anime, but in the manga, there's like a single like frame where they see that Vatari is about to torture her, where he has like acid and stuff. And like it's really crazy. So yeah, but I think so back to what you said before with that L is almost like a robot. You can say that L doesn't have enough emotions to be like regular human, where you could say Light has too much emotion in a way.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. I think Lights have a lot of emotions in the beginning, but I don't think he has it at the end.
That's a good point. Yeah,
but
because
wasn't it Light's hubris that caught him in the end?
Yeah, because we see that. Okay, we're going very much very far into the story now, but at the end when Nier and Mello start coming into the picture, we see several scenes with Light where he's actually visibly angry and disappointed that Nier, specifically Nier, isn't as smart as Light wants him to be. He doesn't see Nier as clever as L, and he's disappointed. He's not happy about his weak opponent, though he's disappointed and angry. So, and the complete shock when things doesn't go according to his plan. Yeah, he basically, in my opinion, I would say Light has progressively gone more and more insane as the show goes on. And it definitely shows in that.
Yeah, he killed his big rival and
he never got over it.
Yeah,
basically never got over L's death.
Oh, the last scene.
We'll talk about the ending a little later. That's
no, not the ending. The scene on the rooftop where it's raining and Light is holding his foot.
I have no idea why the animators decided to put in that scene. It's not in the manga, and all it does is fuel the fetish of the shippers.
The shippers.
Basically, look, I'm a person who likes to read fanfic, but there are very few good fanfics. And in the case of Death Note, the only fanfics that there are Light and L ship fics. And I blame this one scene for that. And it comes out of the freaking nowhere, and L dies right after, and I don't know what to say.
But also, but I think there's something symbolic about Light drying off, L drying off Light's feet.
Yeah, it's like
what's symbolic about it?
Jesus at the Last Supper. Like touching someone's feet is like showing a lot of respect to someone.
Yeah. If you really want to put on the symbolism, I guess, yes. All right, I'll give you that much.
Again, but look at it. We have Light that says he's a god, and on this picture he holds an apple.
Yeah. Apparently, the author didn't know that an apple had like a biblical symbolism.
No, you're serious?
Well, I'm serious. Apparently, the guy who drew it, he knew it, and he thought it was intentional. But the guy
he's lying out of a wazoo.
That's what he said. Like, I don't know if it's true, but we get like
special with all the death symbolism and again the Gothic symbolism.
Yeah, but you have to remember when in terms of in Death Note, it's a two-man team where it's one drew it and another person wrote it. So a lot of the symbolism might not have anything to do with the writer, might have to do with the artist. So he could have just written like, there's a fruit in this scene, and then the artist could have decided, oh, let's take the apple. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah,
it would be weird if it was banana. Every scene with an apple, banana.
Oh God. Yeah, that would be really weird.
Light, I need my fucking potassium. I'm going fucking mad. I need my bananas now. Fucking you going mad of not getting any bananas.
He's going bananas.
He's going bananas of the bananas. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Do we have anything more to add to this question?
Anything you want to add, Anne?
No.
All right, then let's move on. The relationship between Light and Misa.
Oh, yeah. That's probably mine, I guess.
That is indeed yours.
Yeah. Light is a manipulator.
Yeah.
Clear and simple.
And the sky is blue.
Yeah, he's a pretty bad abuser.
He's a bad abuser, and he knows he's pretty, and he's charming.
He's like a psychopath. He has all the traits of a psychopath.
Yes, all the traits, right?
Yes.
And that is a very. That's just a very, very interesting quality about a character. What is the called the head character of a series
character?
that we have main character, yeah. That we are following a psychopath that manipulates, and again through the story there's many times where I curl my toes because I sit on the edge of my chair because, oh God, I don't want him to get catched, but why? He's a psychopath, and again, there's still the fact that he's a manipulator, and he manipulates Misa as a weapon. He is willing to discard her as soon as she's not beneficial for what he is trying to accomplish.
Yeah, even before that, like at first when Light first discovers that Misa exists, he basically threatens to kill her if she doesn't do what he wants. But then of course Rem, the Shinigami that likes Misa, says that she will protect her. So yeah, Light is actually pretty quickly like threatening to kill her.
Yeah.
And then he completely flips the script once he figures out, oh, he can't get rid of her.
Yeah. So,
but to be fair, okay, Light is a complete a-hole, and he's very manipulative and evil. Like, he manipulates a lot of people in the series. But Misa is not a good person either.
No.
She immediately goes up to Light and says, if I see you with any other woman, I will kill them.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah, but I would say I don't think Misa is like mentally stable. Like I don't think it's her fault.
I don't think Light is either.
Exactly. No, he's not. But he's a psychopath. Absolutely. But Misa, I think something else is really, really wrong. Like I think her losing her parents was too tough on her. So I don't think she's like really thinking about what she's saying. Oh, there's something on the screen.
Yeah, I removed it.
It's good. So I don't think she knows that what she's saying is bad. Like I don't think she realizes it.
Yeah, that might be like. See, Misa seems to me like a person who doesn't really think that much before she just does something or says something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I think very much I think you're right in that her losing her parents, and then like to her Kira coming and killing her, killing the killers, like as the savior for her, it very much like defined the rest of her life in a way.
Yeah.
But then of course we also see that we'll touch more upon this later in a later subject, but once we get to with Misa's character, once the influence of the Death Note actually leaves her, she appears to be a pretty nice girl, actually.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so we could just see it in the pictures I have chosen here, like where she's clinging to Light's arm and all that. When she's you can't remember the Death Note, she's clingy and maybe a little annoying, but she's generally really nice and really helpful.
Yeah, I mean, she's just cheerful most of the time.
She's not someone I would would think would try to kill anyone.
Oh,
What is her motivation actually for being with Light after she lost all the memories?
Okay, they
of the Death Note?
explain. Okay, they explain this very briefly. Like Rem tells her that the man you love is Light Yagami. That won't change. And then when Elle asks Misa why she loves Light, she explains it like a love at first sight. So I think it's supposed to be like the memory is gone, but the feelings remain. Like her feelings of loving Light remain, even if she can't remember why she loves him. I think that's how you're supposed to get it.
It's fine. It's a bit thin, but fine.
Yeah, it's the point where I buy it. Like you can like
we
you
need a
can
reason
criticize it,
to
but at the same time we have a notebook where you write someone's name and they die. Like I can buy this at that level. I can buy it. Besides, it's magic anyway. So, but like,
yeah.
I mean, so yeah. But yeah, Light is a scumbag.
Yeah, he's a fucking scumbag.
And Misa isn't even the only like person that he manipulates throughout the series. He manipulates his family, some other girls. There's that girl he's on a date with at one point, so he can kill all the FBI agents.
Yeah, she brought her in a dangerous, life-threatening situation.
Yeah, like the bus hijacking.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
And it's like I love how Light he says it to Ryu. So like, oh, I think I can find someone like last minute or something, and he just calls her like, hey, you want to go? And she's like, oh, Light, you're actually calling me. Yeah, sure, I want to go. Like, man, what an asshole.
Yeah.
And then there's the later on there's that other chick that he actually tries to have her commit suicide in order to kill Mello or something, and she's also in love with him, and it's
What? I don't remember that.
Oh, it's that one girl who I can't remember her name, but
didn't they hang out in a hotel or something?
they hung out on more than one occasion. She becomes like one of the biggest Kira supporters.
Oh yeah, the girl from the news, right?
Yeah,
like
that's the news girl.
Oh, I forgot all about her.
It's in the near middle arc, the less important one. Don't worry about it.
The one with the lesser intro.
The one with the what the hell is going on intro.
Yeah.
Exactly that one. Remember not to actually sing it. We don't want to get copyright striked.
Yeah.
Oh, I think covers of songs are okay. But
should I make a cover of the first song?
I was trying to make a joke, but okay. I know Bloody isn't good enough to actually make it sound like the actual song. No offense, dude. All right. Should we move on? Or
let's do it.
You want to add something?
Nope. He's a scumbag.
Oh, go for Lolita fashion. This is yours, Vlad. All yours.
Hey. It's gorgeous. I like it, and it's perfect for the whole theming around Death Note. Again, we have all the thingamajigger with Light. One sees himself as a god, and about death, all the craniums that's just littered around.
I think there's actually more of it in the manga than in the anime.
Yeah. Every cover of the manga is basically a mural of gothic art. It's
and they give Light a scythe, like in a lot of covers.
Yeah, they give him
really cool.
Yeah. So yeah, but also it's also represented in the TV in the anime, not as much, but especially in the fashion of Misa, and also in all the Shinigami, most of them, especially Ryuk, that has this punk goth vibe with the belts and the chains and the black and the black lipstick. It's cool. It's cool. But yeah, it fits very well with the focus on death and yeah, again, like thinks he's a god.
Yeah, but then it comes, of course. Oh, I think there might actually be a little more to it with where Light think like he's a god of, you know, like justice and light. No, light. But what he actually is a god of death. But he doesn't recognize that he is. But you can't, because like he's surrounded by all this like craniums and black and all that. So that's what he actually is, but he can't see that he is. There might be some symbolism in there, I think.
Yeah, that's maybe more a representation of what he sees as himself and not how he really is. But yeah, also in the just a fun thing I just thought about, it's again the first time Elle heard about that, oh shit, maybe it is a god, that a death god, Shinigami, that has come with these power to kill. He just falls flat on the he just falls backwards. That's just a funny interesting detail. But yeah, that further solidifies the theming of Death God, and yeah,
but I think that that entire scene leads into that whole thing with L. He's thinking logically, and a god of death, then logic doesn't really apply to it. So that's why he's so scared of it, because he can't apply logic to it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't know if it's in the anime, but in the manga there's a scene where like L talks to the like orphanage children and they ask him questions. They ask him what he's scared of, and he says he's scared of monsters. Like that's the one thing that he's the most scared of. The monster can't be explained. You can't explain their actions. Or
I think it's in the anime.
Okay, it's also in the anime. All right.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Is it just talk? It's something completely different.
What?
No, it's just in the is it after credits that Misa kills herself?
Yeah.
She kills herself like off screen, I believe.
Yeah.
In the anime, they don't actually see it, but it's mentioned that she killed her. She like committed suicide after she found out Light died.
But she dialed the Lolita outfit up to 100 in those scenes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's that entire scene where she's like singing in the rain.
Yeah, she dialed the Lolita outfit up to,
and people are just dying around her. Like, damn, that is gothic as F.
Yeah, that's good. That would, again, I like the aesthetic of Death Note. It makes it, from a visual standpoint, it makes the series very unique, and I remember it more. I remember it even more with those aesthetics.
Yeah, and I think
because it had those aesthetics. Yeah.
And I think that might also really make Death Note stand out, actually, because Death Note is a shonen manga or anime, which means that like the people who read stuff like One Piece and Dragon Ball, they're also supposed to read Death Note. It's the same age group. So Death Note actually really stands out, like, by having this aesthetic. Because when I think something like, well, the Death Note aesthetic, then I always think something more for adults, like a seinen manga.
Yeah.
Something like Berserk, for example.
Oh Jesus, yes.
You know, minus all
what?
the
What
grotesque
did you
horror.
say?
Berserk. Don't
Oh.
don't read it. Don't watch it. Keep
You can watch it, but read it. Be careful. they
Yeah, be
tone
careful.
it down in the anime.
Jesus Christ. We don't mention the horse. The
right.
horse. No. Okay, back on track.
Yeah, back to Berserk is a talk for another time.
Yeah.
All right. Anything you want
I
to
don't-
add to?
Nah.
Maybe again it's very again we are talking about Misa as a character, but she's also her occupation is an idol.
Yeah, she.
It's interesting. It's interesting that she. Again, what was the fashion trend in 2007? Wasn't it about around there it was written? I don't know if the goth was that.
You sure
that
it isn't
I don't know,
earlier
I
that
mean-
it came out? Wasn't it 2007? Yeah, I can quickly Google it.
Yes, Google that
Yeah,
shit.
dude.
I think it was 2007.
I have to remember it came out in Japan first. So
Yeah.
But it's just interesting that she's an idol and she leans.
2003 came the first one.
Oh Jesus!
From 2003 to 2006.
Well,
So
I don't know what was the fashion trend in 2003, but
in Japan.
it's yeah. But from again, looking at it back, looking at it now, it's just very interesting that they that she focuses so much on that her fashion is goth, where again I'm not the expert on.
Yeah, but isn't that also only her casual clothes that are goth? Her work clothes aren't they more like fluffy?
Yeah, it is.
Happy?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
it's just it's costumes for her work.
Yeah, you know,
So-
classic idol singing.
Okay.
So I think so.
Well,
like her-
that's an interesting contrast.
Yeah, it actually is. Like the professional
That-
Misa and the like normal
Casual.
yeah,
Yeah.
casual Misa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's maybe just like a symbolism for her being, a
Oh, yeah.
face to the
Yeah.
public, but behind all that, she's
Mm.
actually a serial killer.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I
Killing a
think
lot
you're
of
right.
people.
Actually, like nice
So
spotted.
behind the curtain, she's very dark, and
Yeah. Like behind all the
Probably
fluffy,
struggling a
like
lot.
and light rainbow colored clothes
Yeah.
and like pop singing. She's actually a depressed serial killer
Yeah.
who's in
Look
love
at the
with
eyes.
another serial
Look
killer that wants
into
to kill
those
her.
eyes.
Oh yeah, and she can see when you die.
Yeah. Oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she gave away her like half her life twice.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
something
but she
about
did
how
have
she.
extra life. Like
Yeah,
got
but she did it
the-
like 2 times.
Yeah, but then again, she
True.
did have a lot of life.
It's true. I actually really want to know like how much extra life did she get from that
Oh.
one god that
How
committed
old
suicide
is
for her.
Misa? How old is Misa when she died there? Or was it supposed? That's a very interesting.
Well, that
Yeah,
depends.
it's-
How
it
did she
must be
kill
supposed to
herself?
happen.
Did she kill herself by writing her name in the Death Note? Because then that kind of goes like doesn't matter how your natural life is, because the Death Note kind of takes that away. Or did she like blow her brains out with
I
a gun?
haven't-
Because then that would be her natural death.
I have never thought about that.
Yeah, I think
What
she
if
wrote her
she-
name in the book because she got really
Seriously?
depressed, like she wanted to kill herself.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
if I was in her place and I wanted to kill myself that bad, I would write my name in the book to make sure it would happen.
Yeah, I would
Really?
probably
No,
not
no,
write.
but
I
I never
probably-
thought about that.
Hmm.
That's so she took on her. Did she write in the Death Note? Okay, I will take on my cute Lolita outfit, and I will go to
I'm gonna
this
sing a
space while
song.
singing. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's dark. That's dark. But yeah.
Yeah, you could technically like mind control yourself with the Death Note.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically. Like
I mean,
if
it
you
would
roll...
be interesting to see if you could like fight it back,
Like if you write, I will shoot myself in the head and then see will I actually do it.
Yeah, like how much does it take for you to fight it?
I think you can fight it, but we don't know. I don't think anyone has ever tried
I think you
that.
can fight it a little, but not that much.
No,
I
I
think
don't
it's just like a struggle.
I mean, if we take the remember the scene where
screaming.
Naomi died, Naomi Misura, that
Yeah.
girl.
Oh
That-
yeah, she just went blank and did it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like I think the mind control is like complete.
Yeah.
It just makes it. I don't care about anything anymore. Now I just want
Okay,
to
so
kill myself.
if Misa wrote her name in the book, she definitely wrote that she was gonna sing, because otherwise she would just have been blank.
Yeah.
I assumed he just wrote blank dead. But then after 40 seconds, he committed deep heart attack.
She
But
wouldn't
I
have
don't know.
sung if she didn't write.
Dude, I don't know what scene you're talking about, but in the scene where she sings, she's not dying; she's killing other people.
Yeah,
We
but
never-
she's walking to her death.
Yeah,
she's
she's walking to her
nuts.
death. What? Yeah, she is.
No, it's before the time skip where she's like starting to kill people.
For sure.
I'm 100% sure it's before Elle dies.
Before Elle dies.
Yeah, that's when the scene is where she's in that goth clothes thing, and then she's singing in the rain and she's killing, and we see scenes of people dying because she's writing in the death note.
I do not remember it like that at all.
I remember I think it's after credits. It's after. Oh no, it's while the credits are rolling.
That might be right.
She takes the what is it called, train, and then I don't know what town it is, what city it is, but while she walks
The
through
Kanto region of Japan.
Oh, great. But yeah, but while she walks through the city, she sings. I don't remember how she died. Does she
See,
jump?
we don't see her
Yeah, I
die.
think she jumped.
No,
I
we
think she
don't. We don't
jumps.
see Misa die in the
But
series.
wasn't she on a really high building?
Yes, she was
Yeah.
singing and she was
We don't
killing
see
other
her
people.
die. I know, but
she doesn't
it's
die.
highly applied.
No, because we
It's
see her
wild.
later.
Do we?
Yeah.
No, it's like at the end of the series.
No, it's not.
It's while the credits are there.
Okay, I don't think we're gonna come to a conclusion with this.
No, we're
Should
not
we-
gonna get
should
to a
we move on?
conclusion. We will write it down in the comments. I will
Yes.
write one of
Who
them.
were right?
Who were right?
Whoever's right gets a Snickers.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Okay.
Oh, that's mine.
Yes. So, is Matt the ultimate character?
I'm telling you, everyone who sees Matt, they just immediately like him. Like I haven't heard from anyone that didn't like him. He's
Yes.
just
His outfit
so
is
likable.
cool.
Like he
He's-
doesn't give a shit about anyone or anything other than
Mm.
like his friend. What was his name again?
Mellow.
The guy with the hair. Yeah, Mellow.
Mellow.
He
Yeah,
likes
the guy who
Mellow.
eats chocolate.
He likes playing games. He likes
Mm.
smoking. That's it. Nothing else.
And look at his
And he
like
has
awesome
goggles.
glasses, like a goggles. Yeah.
Yeah, the goggles.
It's like Digimon goggles.
Yeah.
Fucking tie. from
Yeah, he could
Digimon.
be a Digimon protagonist.
Yeah. he could be a
He could.
Picture this when he has Agumon or something sitting beside him. Hey, let's go blow some
I
shit
could
up.
totally see him having like a stuffed animal thing.
Oh,
at his
no.
side. That would not be out of
he's
character.
playing a Digimon game while he is having a plushie beside him.
Oh, you guys are ruining it.
I'm sorry.
No, it makes him even cooler.
It does not.
But yeah, I agree that for some reason everyone just loves Matt.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's because we don't see a lot of him, so we only like see his good sides, but everyone
Yeah.
loves him.
It
All
is
the
good
fans
side.
love-
I mean, he drove the car like super fast. He could have killed someone,
But he didn't.
and he's about to shoot the police officers. Like he's not a good guy. He's really not. He's just
No,
likable.
I think he's like a little on the Mellow's level in terms of good and evil, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Do we know anything about this guy? How did Mello and this guy meet?
I can tell
At
you
the
that.
school, at
Yeah,
the
they're like,
orphanage.
yeah.
Like Mello and Nia, they were number 1 and 2 on like who was the smartest, and Matt
Huh.
was the third one.
Yes.
Oh,
He was number 3.
okay.
So he was also like in the Kira case independently.
Huh, cool.
And then Mello called him and say, "Yo, Matt, want to help me out?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I just gotta finish this game up. Then I'm all for it, bro."
Yeah. I'm just on the last boss. I have time. I have time between games.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, Matt is cool.
And he
I don't know
dies
how-
like in a very sad way. He gets
I
shot.
think he had like the screen time of him was like 3 minutes or something.
Maybe.
Like it was ridiculous.
And he
I was
also
like
he has
nothing
like
of him.
1 or 2 lines or something.
If
That's
even
insane.
that.
Like I think it's just like 1 or 2 things. And then he
Maybe
gets
one
shot
line.
like
Yeah, a lot.
by the Kira folk. He surrenders to them. Like, I'm unarmed, I surrender. And then they shoot him.
He didn't surrender. He reached for his gun.
Didn't he like
He
show him, take his
he
hands
did.
up in the air and like, I'm unarmed?
Yeah,
or
and then he
something?
reached to his back. In the back of his shirt, he had a gun.
Hmm. Well, they still shouldn't have shot him.
Oh, they shouldn't. It was nice.
Yeah.
There's so much fanfics of
Yes,
him and
there's so much
and
fanfic
Mello.
fan art with Matt and Mello.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
seriously.
it makes sense because Mello, he only cared about 2 things: the case and Matt. Like he
Well,
was actually
basically, yeah.
sad
Yeah,
when
he
Matt
was.
died. He wasn't sad when anyone else died, but when Matt died, he did care.
That's true.
So it does
He-
make sense that people ship those 2.
Yeah, like they
Yeah,
don't have
by-
anyone else to ship Mello with, really. So
Yeah, unfortunately.
isn't it
the way
near and doesn't Mello threaten to kill Near at one point, like at gunpoint?
Yeah, but like Light murdered L and people still ship them. So
Okay, you got a point. Maybe no shippers don't tend to make sense anyway. So
no, I don't.
I just want to confess something. I sometimes eat chocolate like a Mellow. It's so
Really,
satisfying.
wow, man.
I
You
think
do
we
that
have
to, like,
all done
click
it at
on-
least once.
What?
I think everyone have at least once tried to eat chocolate like Mellow or eat a chip like Light does.
Oh yeah.
Like you just have to try it at least once,
Right,
just to see.
and say the line.
Yes.
I'll take a chip and eat it.
Yes.
So
It's a
dramatic.
potato chip, dude. You have to get the line
Potato
right.
chip.
I'll take a potato chip.
It's
and
still
eat
it's still
it.
one of those. It's still one of those things. It just baffles me. How did he get the TV into the bag? I don't
know.
And
Yeah,
he used
it's
glue
one
or
of those-
something. I don't know.
I'm
I'm gonna assume
It's
he
just-
opened it and then put the TV in, and then he
But-
used like some glue on the.
But
like,
when he did
openings.
But while the reason he did it is because he was shadowed while he went from school to home, and there was cameras in
Yeah, but
his.
I'm gonna assume he had it like planned beforehand, like in case he ever.
Really?
He might have, honestly.
Yeah.
He might have.
I need a TV in a potato chip bag just in case.
I mean,
Uh,
he's like really paranoid, but something.
Yeah, like he also had that thing
so-
with his door, so he can see whenever someone has been in his room.
Yeah,
That's
so it
smart.
makes sense that he has like everything planned for every
Yeah.
single scenario.
Mm. Like he also had. Remember, he had that thing with his desk, which would like if you open it the wrong way,
Yeah.
it would
That's
burn the
bad.
Death Note. Like
Yeah.
take away
Yes.
all the.
Fucking fire
evidence.
hazard in the whole house. It's
Yeah.
just
He's
bad.
a
Like
bit
Light
extra.
goes all out
Yeah.
in like preparation there.
Yeah.
I really want to see like everything else he had planned that wasn't showed on the
Oh
anime.
yeah.
You know,
Like, he
he had
must
like
have had so
contingency
many
plans for
things.
contingency plans.
100% he had the sheets of the Death Note in the
Yeah,
porn
like a burner phone in
magazines.
the toilet and everything.
Oh yeah, he had like it planned with the toilet paper, so at the right time, whenever he's. Oh God, I'm not gonna face that sentence.
Perfect.
Yes, all according to plan.
All according to plan.
So like, all right, oh God.
Kirikaku.
Yes, and right when he's lost his memory, and then he's at the toilet, and then he takes the specific toilet paper, and then he gets his memory back, and then he kills L on the toilet. Perfect.
Just sitting there taking a shit and then touches the toilet paper and like, oh fuck,
Casually,
flashbacks.
casually killing people while on the toilet.
Oh, and then once he's written the name, then he just flushes it out. No evidence.
It is smart. Like
Yeah, I
no
like
one's
it,
gonna
but-
go down the sewer to look at it.
No.
Oh, that's so fucked up.
Honestly, I think L would be willing to do it if he feels like there was some evidence there. But
Write people's name, write people's name and shit.
wow.
Disgusting, sorry.
Yeah, this has gotten way too disgusting.
We were talking about maths.
Yes, the opposite of shit. Okay, Matt's great. We all agree. Move on. Why? I'm about to call him waifu of the year, but that's wrong. Like husbando of the year. There we go.
Husband of the year, yeah.
Is all right. Female characters in Death Note was
Yes.
basically all the ones I could find in one
Yeah.
picture frame.
Who
Oh,
are
that's
the
so sad.
one? Who is the one just a drawing, ink drawing?
You mean the kid?
Yeah, is that Lisa or something? I think
I
his
think
name
it's
is
one of the
Lisa.
kids in the orphanage. That's the only thing.
Yeah, it's the girl who asked Elle about what she's afraid of.
Oh yeah,
Huh.
that chick. Yeah. Do we ever get
I
her
think
name?
that's her.
Hmm.
Yeah, she did give a name. I think it was Lisa, but I might be wrong.
I can't remember. So you might as well be right. I'm gonna assume
Yeah, I
it's
might.
Lisa. But isn't that also like she asked Nier to play ball with them or something?
Yep.
I don't know.
She probably did, and I bet he said no.
Oh yeah, he was like, he has that puzzle.
Just
he's
sitting there
always-
with his Lego, and oh
I know he has that like jigsaw puzzle that he's always
yeah.
working on. Yeah.
Who's the girl on the next second to left upper corner? Blonde.
Isn't that Mellow? Are you sure that's not Mellow?
With lipstick?
He might
Don't
wear.
they-
I mean, he wears a lot of leather. I wouldn't be surprised if he
Yeah.
was.
You sure it isn't that FBI agent, or I don't know if she's FBI, that American agent that works with Nier, maybe?
It might be. Yeah.
It could also be wrong. I mean, I can
Well-
only recognize like I don't know. There are like two of these, or three I can't recognize honestly. Like I can see
What about Light's mom?
She's
that
sweet.
poor woman.
Yeah, she's sweet.
Like,
That poor
she's-
woman.
Like really,
Oh,
her
think
entire
it-
family is ruined.
Yeah,
her
oh,
husband's dead.
jeez.
Her
Yeah.
her daughter's been kidnapped by the Japanese like
Jesus.
mafia, and her son's also dead.
Yeah.
Like the
Was
poor
it
woman.
was it ever published that he was like?
No, I
kid?
think that they
No.
said that like he died in the Kira case, like so he just died
Yeah.
in service.
That
So
poor
yeah,
woman.
that poor woman. I feel so bad for her,
Damn.
and she was so like supportive of everything, like her family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
did.
she was just happy.
Yeah, she was just happy, and she was always like, "Oh, you're doing so good, Light, and be careful
Yeah, and
at
then
work,
bringing
buddy," and-
snacks to her kids' room and everything. Like, oh,
Yeah.
just a good mom.
I bought this basket of apples for your Light here.
Oh, I don't know why you
You
keep
can't
on
eat that in a day.
eating
Like,
all
there's
these
so many
apples
apples.
Oh.
Well, the character in front.
Naomi Misura, the unluckiest character in all of Death Note,
Yeah, and
and that's
She's
actually
also-
canon.
what really?
Yeah, in like the volume 13 special volume, where each character was given like stats. Then each character was given a
Oh,
unique
I remember
stat,
that.
where Light's unique stat was like acting level 10 out of 10, and where
Mhm.
Naomi's unique stat it was luck, which was 0 out of 10.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was many very specific coincidences that had to align for her to be killed by Light.
yeah. It basically so Light even says that.
hold
there
on,
is
hold
a
on.
God with me after all.
Mm.
So, and from what I can remember, I think I read this that the author originally wanted Naomi to be a recurring character and actually in the story, but then she ended up being too smart. She figured out too much too
Sorry,
quickly.
I'm back. My
Okay.
bird flew into the door. I had to help
is
him.
it all right?
No,
Yeah, it's
all
fine.
right. Okay, good.
He was just a little confused.
Wait, well, I can assume so.
Hope
I also
it's
get
fine.
confused when I walk into doors.
when you forget how to doorknob.
Exactly. We've all been
Oh.
there.
Yeah, we all been there.
All right. As I was saying, so Naomi Misora, she was a character who was originally supposed to like be there a lot more than she actually was, but then she ended up becoming like too knowledgeable and too good. She ended up having too much information about light. So the author realized that if she actually stuck around, it would be she would change too much. So she had to die.
Yeah.
It was so that whole scene with her and Light walking to the police station. That really the tension just again. I will wait to talk more about that. But that whole scenario, my favorite, and the way she dies is just sad. And again, let's talk about symbolism here. She's walking up to the gallows.
Yeah, I love that shot where she's just walking up the stairs to it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And Light's the look on Light's face. He's so smug about it. Like I just sent this girl to her death, and I'm awesome.
Like, yeah, and Ryuk's laugh.
Yes. We'll talk about a little bit more about it later, but
yeah.
Okay,
let's wait with that. Yeah.
No, let's go through some of the other female characters in Death Note. Like there's the chick who works for L. You know, she's got sunglasses here. I think
she's cool, and she rides a motorcycle.
Yeah.
She's
which
hot.
also ends up being her death.
Yeah.
Because Light has a sick twist of humor, I guess.
Who's the live action girl in the right corner?
I don't know.
You don't know?
This is the only picture I could find which had several female characters in it.
Oh, fine. Top left, that's the TV reporter, right?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, she's the one who ends up like burning a building down when she's in it, and that's how she dies.
Sheesh.
Yeah, again, Light kills her. She was in love with Light, and Light just sacrifices her without a second thought.
Do you guys think that the mother was the only woman who survived?
Huh.
What about the girl the drawing of the little girl? We don't know about her.
Well, she wasn't in the story much.
She might be alive.
Yeah, she
like of all the characters that was like in the story from beginning to end, basically. Yeah.
Wait, what about the girl with the scarf? Did she die?
I
who is
don't
she?
even know who she is.
Isn't she the girl who got manipulated to taking the bus?
No, I don't think
Are you sure?
so.
She doesn't
Isn't
look
she too young?
Is she? Okay, fine.
I actually don't know. Like, where's Light's sister? Should she be on this picture?
Oh yeah, she should be here.
Yeah.
Oh,
let's talk about Light's sister because she's great.
Oh god. Yeah, she is.
So
she's
sweet.
Yeah, and she's actually the only one. I see someone on the website that said she's actually smarter than Light because she can manipulate Light into making her homework.
Oh, that's true.
So yeah, she's smarter than Light, but she's such a gentle soul.
Yeah.
And what happens to her? She does not deserve it.
Yeah,
like, really.
Gets kidnapped.
Yeah, again, and she ends up like after they save her, then she's like in a wheelchair and can't respond, and her mother is just trying to like do the best she can for her, and it's so sad.
That family's destroyed. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like Light destroys his own family.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
Jesus Christ. The more we talk about it, Light just
the more we talk about how
deranged
bad person Light is. Okay, should we talk about before we go on, because I'm not sure I think we'll get a chance to talk about it no matter.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. Should we move on to the next one?
Let's do that.
Yes. Ooh, Battery in the Orphanage. This is yours, Vlad.
Is that mine? Okay.
Yeah. You wanted this one.
Think about this. Man taking a whole lot of children, of orphan children, making an orphanage, and making them to super geniuses, with the goal of them becoming problem solving people, adults in the end. That's just that's just wrong again.
Yeah.
If you think about how now we think about we should let the kids have their own agency in thinking about what they want to be in the future and how they want to be. Well, battery basically makes all the decisions for them.
Yeah, but like, to be fair to this, we don't actually know much about this orphanage and how it works. Like, again, to be completely fair, when battery dies and we go to the orphanage and they have to like pick L's successor, then the guy Roger, who's like the next battery, he doesn't actually force Near and Mello into the role. He's actually like tells them about it and like gives them the offer, and then they're more than willing to do it. So we don't actually know if they're forced into like becoming like that.
Yeah, but again, if all you have done in your life is problem solving, how much, especially as a kid, again, how much choice do you actually have?
Yeah, see, then we come on that how, like, if your entire life you're told that you're being bred to become this master detective, then most likely you yourself will get into like believe that it's what you are meant to do. Then yeah, there is some, you could like your mind control there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's definitely not fun. Okay, but at the same time, from what we've seen of the orphanage, the kids aren't treated bad. I mean, they're playing football right there.
Yeah, they get to play, like they're not forced to only do one
And they're
thing.
like it's an orphanage. They don't have a family. They're taken care
A
of.
second chance.
Yeah.
They're
Like
given
maybe
a
these are
second
war
chance.
orphans or something. We don't know.
Oh yeah.
Like we don't actually, again, we can only go by what we know. And then we don't know much. So we can assume the worst, or we can assume the best. Or we can find a middle ground. Yeah, like all the kids, they looked happy. Every time we see the kids, they look happy. Like, okay, Nia and Mello, they're very disturbed mentally.
And L,
and also L.
H-boy.
But to be fair, those are individual cases. The rest of the kids look healthy, and one of them is
normal.
mad. Come on.
I'm just a pessimist.
Fair enough.
I'm a glass half empty guy.
Guys, if I burp, will you edit it out?
No.
Crap. I really have to burp.
Don't you have a mute? Just mute.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
You have a mute button.
Kan I høre mig nu?
No. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Mute.
Oh, it doesn't work.
You can mute. There's a mute button.
Just burp already.
I'm
it's not a
holding
big
it in.
deal.
Oh, wait, I found.
Did you burp?
Hello?
Silence.
Did you hear the burp? It was.
Nope.
Nope. You were completely out.
Swear to God.
Thanks.
You should have heard it.
We didn't, but
I didn't hear any burp.
I didn't either. Okay, cool.
So, yeah. So okay, let's talk about Battery for a bit, because he's in part of this. Battery is a very unique character, like in the series. Also, he's a character we don't actually know that much about. Like, we don't know his backstory. We don't know why he made this orphanage or why he wants to
we
make
do know why he made it.
Do we?
Why?
Yeah, that's a story behind it. I think maybe it's in the manga, but I'm not sure.
If they mention it, I can't remember it.
I think there was a second manga. It wasn't a manga. It was a novel about BB and L.
Oh yeah, the
that
BB murder
story.
case. I actually read that the novel, but it's a long time ago.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it
Can't
was
remember.
about like the beginning of the orphanage
Mm.
and stuff. So I think there was like a story behind it.
It might be. I can't remember. I only remember the part with Beyond Birthday and Naomi.
Yeah.
It wasn't that good a novel anyway. So
Wow.
Is it too much to say that Vatari is the Alfred of
Oh, he is.
with-
He is.
yeah, I think
He-
he
he really-
intentionally like
he
gives
really
that vibe.
makes he really makes everything work. It wasn't it him that got the building they are in
he's basically
for
financing
the
everything.
case. Yeah, he's financing it. Yeah.
I really need like a backstory for him to like know how he got all this money.
I'm gonna assume he was like he's a former army officer, and then he has like this big estate that he just got from his family or something. Like because we see him with a sniper rifle, he's really good with a sniper rifle.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, and he could like ride a helicopter and stuff.
Yeah.
He's not.
Yeah, yeah, he probably has that really interesting backstory.
Mm.
Do you think did he survive? I don't remember that.
Oh no,
Oh, he
Rem
died
kills
too, right?
Vatari
Right
and
before
L at
L.
the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
Like first Vatari dies and then L dies.
Yeah, that's true.
Or the scene where El's calls out Vatari in the microphone. Oh,
Yeah. That's
sad.
actually the only time where we see some real expressions from L, where L is actually it's subtle, but you can see that he's hurt by it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he,
and it's
he's
really
more.
sad.
It comes through vocally. His
Mhm.
emotion comes through vocally because we hear him talk about how he feels about Light before
Oh,
that.
but that's all a lie. Like when he calls Light his friend and all that.
Yeah.
That's just lying.
Mastermind, I got fooled. Well, okay.
Yeah. Like he calls Light his friend to try to like make Light slip up or try to get something out of him.
Yeah, like he's just trying to manipulate.
Yeah,
Light.
basically. Like both Light and L are trying to manipulate each other because they know like who each other is. They just can't prove it. Like L knows that Light is Kira pretty early on. That 5% becomes pretty sure like pretty early on.
Is that near in the
no
in the picture?
But he's the one
with
crouching
bare
down.
feet?
He's the one that you can see
Bare
crouching
feet.
like behind the door.
It's where?
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's like making his puzzle, his jigsaw puzzle.
Ah,
He's like, what?
oh, so that's Mellow in the
Yeah,
black.
Mellow. Yeah, and Neo would never wear something black.
Ah,
No.
yeah, right.
He always wears
I
white.
just don't remember Mellow with bare feet. It wasn't his.
I don't think
I
that's
think
Mellow.
maybe he was
I don't
just-
think Mellow is on this picture actually.
Are you sure it does look like Mellow?
Isn't the hair wrong? That's just me.
No, I think it's right. I mean, you can only see the back of his head.
Yeah.
But I think if it's Mellow, I think he's just trying to look like L.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like isn't Mellow a little too social in this picture? Like, I mean, it looks like he's having fun with the other kids. Isn't that like
Which one
out of character?
did you say?
Like the barefooted guy in a black shirt.
Yeah, but isn't he like pulling a kid's hair?
That's what I see. It doesn't look like fun for the kid.
Yeah, I don't think he's very
I
social.
don't think
there.
he's
I think
pulling
he's.
the hair. I think he's like ruffling his hair. But that's what
No,
that's how I see
the
it.
kid looks very, very
That's
sad
just
and
how
abused.
kids look in manga sometimes.
It
Oh,
looks
I
like
don't think
he's
so.
pushing. It looks like he's pushing the kid aside. Make
Yeah,
way.
like punching his forehead or something.
Wow. Well, maybe.
Yeah.
So, should we move on?
Yeah,
Let's
let's
do
do
it.
it.
All right, tension building in Death Note. Here's the
Oh.
scene you were waiting for, Vladdy.
Yes.
And
the
let me just
scene.
say, I absolutely love this like image where we can see like most of Light's hair is covering his eyes, except one where it's like looking at Naomi really intently. He's like so angry, and he can't express it.
Yeah.
Oh, that poor
It's-
boy.
I absolutely love it.
It's just this whole scene where he tries to keep up the mask. Actually, didn't he have an inner monologue of him trying to of him saying he should just steal her purse and look at her
Yeah.
Yeah, like
think
he
so.
contemplates it, but
identity.
then he thinks that it's like too risky, I think.
Yeah. It's just it's so nerve breaking. This scene, this whole scenario is just it again. I'm biting my nails in this whole. It's so interesting, and what I think what makes it very very interesting is just there is a time limit when she gets to the police station. That's game over for Light.
No, she was at the police station, but she couldn't get to speak to Elle. That's one of the things. But we see, like, because they're at the different building now. But like I don't know the like Kirahan team, they send that one police officer back to the police station, so they know it's like if they meet, then it's game over.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I just looked something up. It's about the second picture. They're blue and red hair.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking that it was the aura. You know,
Yeah.
how do we pronounce that? Like
Aura.
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 So I looked it up, and red is well-grounded, energetic, and strong-willed, and blue is intuitive, spiritual, and free thinker.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I thought it
I
was
really
like
think-
a blue oni, red oni thing, but
No, I really think it's about the aura.
maybe.
again, red is more energetic and
Like he does play
more-
tennis.
They both play tennis.
yeah, but it's also
Oh, that's true. That's true.
it's a more emotional. It's a more emotional color. Where
Yeah.
blue is again exactly what you said is for deep thinking and it's much cooler.
You could also say like red is more demonic, where blue
Oh,
is
yeah.
more like, I don't know, good guy, the good people. Good
not
guys.
exactly. Again, we see in many other media we see blue used as cold, something cold
but
and
not,
evil.
But this specific blue, I don't know, isn't it?
Ew,
maybe.
I would argument,
Hmm.
but yeah, I think it's very intentional that they used these colors for these two characters.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For the
Definitely
characters.
intentional. But yeah, I think both scenes, there's similarities with both these scenes actually, where a lot of it is where we we follow Light's inner monologue, where he's like thinking what is he supposed to do? Oh God, I can't do anything. Oh no, I should do this. No, that won't work. And then like builds up really good. We're feeling as stressed as the Light is because we're hearing all his thoughts. So I think that's why it's one of the things that makes it really work is that we are following Light's point of view and his inner thoughts there.
Yeah, it's it's just a good scene. I can't. It's just a good scene all around.
Yeah, and the entire scene is the one that you're thinking about, the one with Naomi.
Yeah,
it's actually a 2-pointer where there's the first time where she gives the fake name, and then there's the second time where he has to like try to get her real name.
Yeah, because he can't tell her that was not your real name.
Yeah, he can't tell her that he figured out that it was a fake name.
Yeah,
he would look suspicious.
Yeah.
So it's like it ups the stakes in a way.
But also like Light writing the wrong name. If he did that just a few more times, he would actually die because of the rules in that.
Oh yeah, that's That's right. That's
Yeah.
like if you write the name wrong a few times in the Death Note, then I can't remember if it says like the Death Note will stop working or the writer will
No,
die
you
or something.
die. You
Is it
die.
that you die?
Yeah, the killer will die.
Oh,
But
I would
that's
never own a
that's-
Death Note. I'm dyslexic. So.
Oh no. Oh man.
That rules me out.
If Light was dyslexic, like the show would be so short. Like one episode.
I don't think that would work for the show because one of the Light's biggest character things is that he's perfect in every way. Like he's hot, he's smart, he's good at sports, he's like he has no imperfections, and that helps him like.
I mean, he is a psychopath. I would say that. Like,
Yeah, but
the
like
biggest
that's,
flaw you can have.
I know, but like that's part of like him becoming this. Like I am the perfect person. Like I can become the god, which helps him become insane. Like most insane people don't think they're insane. So
Yeah.
I think that might actually help L not become like overly confident in the fact that he's kind of an oddball.
Oh yeah. Then maybe, probably.
Like we have with Light, we have probably everyone his entire life singing his praises for one reason or another. And people keeps on looking at L like, what the hell are you doing, dude? So
I really want to imagine how does L celebrate with cracking a case.
I don't think
Again,
he
I think he
celebrates it. He
does.
just like
This
I think he just moves on to the next
Yeah.
case.
it's
Like
just
I don't
work for
think
him.
for him is about, getting it right and like celebrating it and be happy about it. I think for him is like the whole chase. Like he likes the chase, not the end of it.
he's actually
He also
sad
says
when he
he
cracks
says,
it.
yeah,
Yeah, I think
I mean,
so.
he says he's childish and hates to lose. So
Oh,
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah, so he probably only like, I think he might have a temper
A
tantrum like a little bit if he doesn't like if things doesn't go his way. But when he succeeds, it's just like, oh yeah, well, it's as I expect. I mean, of course I won. And then he just moves on.
Yeah.
Must be very boring. Again,
I mean, look at all the ice cream he gets to eat.
it's just for keeping his brain working.
Ah, yes. Also, one other scene I want to talk about, the scene where they're playing tennis. You guys remember the scene?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
All right, you were completely silent, so I thought I lost you.
Just funny enough, I don't remember how L played. I remember how Light played.
Oh, they both play like at a professional level.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just don't. I don't remember how L moved in that scene. I remember.
I think they
how
moved
around
like the
and,
same
like-
way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think he held it like he holds a phone or something or a spoon
No,
or a
Just
cup.
it was
swings
pretty
it
I think he
around
like
between two
held
fingers.
the catcher normally
Mm.
and just was really energetic.
Mm.
Like I said.
Yeah, but I always like look at that scene and it's like a shonen battle where like one opponent keeps on matching each other with like one attack against the other, but it's done through like dialogue and mind games. But the tension, it's like an action scene in a shonen series.
It's a non-violent battle scene.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason it works. It works really, really well.
Who lost that game of tennis? I don't remember.
Elders, Light
Right,
wins.
probably.
Okay. Cool.
And then Light loses a different like mind game later, so it adds up.
The scene where Light calls Misa's phone.
Oh, and L has it. He's just holding it and looking at it with that goofy smile. And what I love about it is you see Light's face, and he's so angry. He's like, and he just tells L, "What do you think you're doing? I love the scenes where things don't go Light's way, and he's just so angry when he's
Yeah,
trying
he's like
to keep it
a
in.
sullen child. Like he's really
Yes.
childish when he's angry.
Yeah, again, he's like I said, when he like L, when things don't go his way, he's throwing a temper tantrum, basically.
He really is.
Yeah. He just expects everything to go his way. And then when things do go his way, he has the most satisfying, like, egotistical smirk of all antagonists of everything. Again, back to the, like, when he's watching Naomi go to her death and he's just smiling there. That goddamn smirk he has. Man, sometimes I want to punch Light in the face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We all
I
kind
get
of
the
do.
same feeling.
I have a
The more
feeling
we
if I
talk
met
about
Light
him, the
in real
more I
life,
get
I
that
would
feeling.
not become good friends with him.
Does he? Actually, he doesn't have any male friends. Yeah,
Or female, like he just doesn't have
he doesn't
real
have friends.
that he
Yeah,
cares
but
about.
it's by choice. It's by choice. Like, he's
Yeah.
actually pretty popular in his class.
He
Like,
is.
people ask him to hang out, but he always refuses. So, yeah. And also we see like he has several classmates he can just call up for a date.
Mm,
Apparently. So.
nice to be the popular kid, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm. Well, tension building in Death Note.
It's
Can we
done
cross
really
that
well.
out? Yeah, it is.
Realism and consequences. And I'm just gonna say the most realistic moment in the entire series is in the first episode where we see Light bored as heck in class looking out the window.
The
That
anime
is the most
protagonist
realistic
space.
moment in the entire series.
Anime protagonist space.
Yes.
The exact spot.
I'm surprised the girl behind him isn't the main character, actually.
Why?
Oh yeah, that's a trope.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is. But yeah, and in terms of how realistic like the entire series is, then it's clearly meant to be like our world plus some magic. But except for the like clearly magic part, I buy that it's like happening in our world. Like that's how I see it anyway.
It doesn't break the suspension of disbelief that
Not
much.
to me anyway.
Oh,
I would say it pushes the wall at times, but it doesn't go over it.
Exactly.
Like what?
Just yeah, my words exactly. Yeah.
And then there are some very clear consequences for everything Light does. Things doesn't go as planned for Light. Like his grand ideal of becoming the god of the new world, it really crashes and burns pretty hard for him.
Yeah, it does.
And
yeah, but I think if you just like stopped it halfway through the story, I think that wouldn't have been that many consequences. Like he could have stopped and just said, "Oh, this is enough. Like I'm gonna stop now."
Like after ill died.
Yeah, that would be a good.
No, I would say even before that. Like I would say the time when Light goes from anti-hero to downright villain is when he kills Lynn L. Taylor. Because before that time, he has only killed, as far as we know, really harsh criminals. But then he kills Lynn L. Taylor, who the only thing he had done was to say, Kira, you are evil. And then he kills him. Yeah. That is like, if someone accidentally like pushes you on the street, then you murderize them. By that point, Light has gone Coco for Coco Pop's evil.
Yeah.
Like before that time, we can argue that he was an anti-hero and he had good intentions. But after the whole Lynn Taylor incident, he's gone completely maniacal. I will conquer the world by being the god. I will choose who lives and who dies. Like has a literal evil laugh in the series. I mean, come on. And then he kills all of the FBI agents. Like he kills a lot of innocent people. Like really, just because they're in his way.
Yep.
So yeah, I would say like I know there's a lot of people who defends Light's action and says that he's an anti-hero, but I would say that he very quickly, like by episode 2 or something, he goes from anti-hero to a villain.
Just a villain, yeah.
Yeah. And then we see like his own father ends up like dying because of Light's actions. And he might be like, he cries at the scene, but he quickly gets over it. Like
yeah, he does.
He doesn't regret anything.
Then again, he is a psychopath.
Yeah, but just because
like he doesn't feel remorse or guilt or anything. He doesn't really have emotions.
Does it ever come up again? Really? Does he start a conversation about his dad afterwards at all, or is it always, or afterwards is it just brought up by other characters?
It's brought up by other characters. There's like what is that guy called? The comic relief character.
I like him.
Oh, something with an M.
Yeah, Matsuda.
Yeah,
that guy.
He's a guy I want to take to a bar and drink a beer with. I think he will be so fun.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
He's a buddy guy. He's a buddy character.
What's great about him that he doesn't believe that Light is Kira all the way towards the end until it slaps him in the face and he's in shock about it.
Like,
and then he gets so angry.
Yeah, I just think he was like the true hero of this whole story.
Oh yeah, he's the nicest
like
guy.
He believed the best about everyone.
Yeah.
And when it came to it, like in the end, he did fight Light.
Yeah, he's a really good with a gun. Like he manages to shoot Light's like hand before he could write down like Nier's name, and that's really hard to do.
Yeah,
like probably. In the heat of the moment, like that.
Oh, yeah, probably. Oh, Matsuda.
Yeah, and he yells at Light and like, "Oh, what did your father die for?" or something like that.
Yeah, like he's a good like guy.
Yeah, he's a really good guy. I felt bad for Matsuda.
The stunt where they need to fake his death.
Oh yeah, where he like jumped
great.
On a mattress or something.
Yeah.
And then because they don't have that many people, Elle has to go out and play one of the like medic people, and then he complains about it. So it's great. That entire sequel, like that entire time where Light has lost his memory, is actually full of some of the funniest moments in the series.
It's like the best part of the whole series.
I don't know about that, but it's
I really think it is
entertaining part.
Yeah, it's very entertaining.
Yeah. Okay, great. That's about something about no, forget it. We'll come back to it. Moving on. Oh, I've been waiting for this one. Who is the villain of Death Note? I'm just gonna ask you one at a time. Laddie, who do you think is the villain of Death Note? That's a poor man's answer.
I can't choose, mate. Again, Kira, Light is a scumbag. It's started out with good intentions, but it just went wrong. The apple rot so fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, I gonna again. Yeah. The Kira. Light is the bad guy. It's wrong with what he's doing. I understand his intentions, but it's just wrong. Yeah. Light. My answer would be Light.
And what's your answer?
I think, like, I want to say the Shinigamis, but I think the true villain is the Shinigami King, because he's the one in charge of the Shinigamis. Like, Ryuk, however, he dropped the Death Note because he was bored. Like, he was just bored, and he was like, "Hey, let's see if another human will like start becoming a serial killer. Like I think the Shinigamis are the problem, not Rem, because she's just protecting someone, and the Shinigami who died to protect Misa is also a good Shinigami, but I think the Shinigami King, he could have chosen to protect people. Like he could just have
he should have
told the
done more.
Shinigamis, don't give a book to anyone, don't do it.
Yeah. That's a
How,
good answer,
how much
actually.
power does the Shinigami King actually have?
We
I'm
don't
not
actually
sure.
know much about the Shinigami King. We know he's
But
the one
I think,
who's like gives the Death Notes.
Yes, he does. I
Yeah.
think he have like an unlimited amount of Death Note.
Yeah, and
because
if you
Ryuk
lose a Death
did,
Note, then you have to like tell it to the king, and then he can give you a new one. That's how Ryuk got two.
Yeah, because he cheated him.
Yeah, basically. Like he told Death Note that he told the king that he'd lost one when he hadn't, and then he got an additional one. I think that was how it is.
Yeah.
Why does the Shinigami world suck?
I
It's
don't know.
so, again, the only thing that they are doing is gambling.
Well, the thing
I mean, you could say it's
because they don't have a need for anything. They don't have a reason to do anything. They can't die. All they have to do is take a like 80 years of life every now and then just live. They just exist. And if you just exist, then there's no reason to do anything.
Yeah, but they could all just commit suicide by writing a random person's name. Like write the name of someone who isn't meant to die yet. And then the Shinigami dies.
Yeah, that's
why
true,
are they at all in the Shinigami world? Why are they just not sightseeing the real world, the
But
human
I don't think
world?
they care.
I think they do. Like the one who fell in love with Misa did sightsee.
Yeah, but he was an odd one out. Like he's an exception rather than the
norm.
Yeah, the norm. So I think again we have to think about that. These creatures, for all we know, they've existed for thousands of years. Like at some
Killing
point, you just don't give a
dinosaurs.
damn anymore. like most likely we'll die at around 90 or 80 years. And even then, when we'll reach the 90s, we'll think, damn, what a life. But they've been existing for thousands of years. Like there's nothing to do. We've already done it. And, like, we don't need anything. We don't have to make food to live. We can just.
But still, Ryuk chooses to have goth punk aesthetic. Again,
I think that might be
I don't think it's something. I don't think they choose it. I think it's the way they are created.
Really?
Like I don't think he can change a thing about himself. Like you can see in this picture that his clothes is like sewn into his skin.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But what about ring and the earring and the chains?
I think he's just like when he was created. I think he just became that, and maybe he doesn't maybe just can't take the ring out and stuff.
So like if he visited back in the Edo period, he would still be goth punk.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah.
But my idea of who is the villain of Death Note is the Death Note itself, because we've seen all of the characters like Light and Misa and those guys. They first become evil after they get influenced by having the Death Note. Once we see that their influence of Death Note gets taken away from them, they lose all the memory of it, then they become really good people. Like Light becomes a good person. Like we talk about how Light, he manipulates a lot of people. Like when he's in his forgotten state, he actually refuses to manipulate Misa for his own gains because it's the morally wrong thing to do. Yeah. So it's the Death Note itself that creates these villains. Yeah. So
like power corrupts.
Yeah, power corrupts, absolutely.
Oh.
So whoever picks up the Death Note will end up becoming evil because of the corrupting power of the Death Note. And I think actually that applies to the real world as well. Like if I just randomly got the power to kill anyone I wanted without any seemingly consequences, I don't think I would become the same person after that, honestly.
I mean, there is one big consequence, which is stated in the rules, that if you write someone's name you would lose half of your lifespan.
No, that's only if you get the Shinigami eyes.
Are you sure? I think there's something about if
No,
you write
that's
someone's name.
No, it's
no,
only
no. That's yeah.
it's only if you want the Shinigami eyes, then you have to pay half your lifespan. There's no
Yeah.
consequence for just writing someone's name in.
But picking up, then using the Death Note, you will when you die, you will never go to
heaven or
hell or heaven. You will be in limbo or whatever.
Well, we
Yeah,
don't
but
actually know what happens.
No. There is a few hints. Like a lot of the Shinigamis are named except one, and I think that one was shown after Light died. And a lot of people have a theory that
Yeah, I
when
know which
someone
one
who
you're talking
used,
about. It's the one
yeah,
in
when
that.
someone used
Yeah,
the
it's
Death
that
Note
one.
and they die, they become a Shinigami.
Yeah,
Best
that's
stretch. But yeah, I know that
it's
theory.
it's an alright theory, and really that's nothing that goes against it, but that's also not really that much.
I mean, they are gods of death, you know.
I know.
So it would make sense that they become actual gods of death.
Yeah, after excessively using the Death Note, like it
Yeah.
would make sense, I guess. But
It's a stretch. It's a big stretch. Nothing against it, nothing for it.
and then there's the whole question of what came first, the chicken or the egg? Like if that's how Shinigamis are created, who gave them the first Death Note? Was that the king?
I mean, I don't think the Shinigami King is a regular Shinigami. I think he's something else.
Like he's a higher being of some kind.
Yeah.
Maybe. But then we're in the like theory phase, so
yeah.
So I think we should move on.
Yeah, let's do that. I don't have my lifespan doesn't reach that deep a well.
Don't worry, I don't think the Shinigami would go after you, dude. No offense.
Oh.
Ooh, this is what I've been waiting
Oh,
for. The
God.
live action versions.
Bring that shit out of my sights. What the fuck?
Okay, there have been made several live action versions, and I have seen some of them. Not all.
I've seen them
some.
all.
You actually
Did,
seen them
did
all?
we saw the one in the middle, right? No, that's the TV series.
Yes, the one we've seen, the one you and I saw together. That was the.
We saw the first one.
Yeah, we saw
What?
the first.
There's also a sequel to the first one.
Well,
Oh.
I've
They
seen,
have
like,
this movie just about Elle and Nia.
Oh, I've also seen that one. Elle Saves the World. It's not very good.
Yeah. Oh, that's
it's
not. It has
awful.
nothing to do about Death Note.
Yeah. So the movies that I've seen,
Okay.
if I'm just going to go through them, I've seen the first two live action Japanese movies. The one we see there that with a Light and Elle standing beside
Very
each
good.
other with the apple floating there. And I have seen the Netflix version. And then I have
Yeah.
seen like a singular episode of the TV series.
We did.
Yeah. That's what
I
I've
don't
seen.
know. If I can talk about the one in the middle. I have seen it as much as you. I think we saw it together.
Yeah, we did.
So I can't talk about it.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen enough that I can like talk about it in depth,
Yeah.
because there might be stuff that was in the first episode that might become more relevant later. So I don't feel like we can do it justice.
Okay, can I fucking vent about the Netflix series now?
No,
Please
before we
do.
talk about the Netflix series, I feel like we should talk about the first, because this one came first.
Okay.
The first live action version.
Yes. Shit touch.
Yes. Now, the first live action Death Note, which was split into two parts, I think that was a good idea. The first time I watched that movie, those two movies, I actually didn't like them that much, but over time I have gotten to appreciate it so much. And it generally does an all right job in retelling the story in a different way and really changing some parts and also keeping some parts the same. It feels like Death Note.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really hard to take a really long story like Death Note and make it into one movie.
Yeah, so they made it into two, which I think was a good idea.
Yeah.
And generally, my biggest, I don't know, complaints about that movie is a few scenes where Elle acts like an idiot. Like,
Are there?
Yeah, there's that one scene where he comes to school with Light, and he has that mask on to like, and then
Yeah.
yeah, and then Misa is like, "Oh, who's that?" And then Light's like, "Why don't you take his mask off?" It's like, and I'm sitting there like, "Oh, that's not suspicious at all."
No.
Like, what? And also one thing they changed, like I mentioned before, that when L says to Light that in the anime that he considers him a friend, that he's actually lying. In the movie, there he's being sincere. He considers Light, even after Light dies and all that, his like very best friend. He actually says that in the third movie. So that's kind of kind of a weird for me. But all in all, I'd say it's a satisfying like movie. It's not perfect, but
funny.
it's satisfying enough. It does enough that I'm satisfied. And then
The
there's
scene,
what?
the scene where they walk through the convenience store and the Light tells Ryuko he can't eat the apples for some time.
Yeah.
Fucking
Okay, the
Christ.
CGI on Rook is not that good, but it's
It's from its time. It's
like it's understandable for its time. It came out in like 2006, I think, or something.
Yeah, it's okay for its time.
Yeah,
It
not overly
doesn't
bad,
distract.
but it's,
Yeah, it doesn't distract from the story. That's the important part, I think.
yeah. And also, I will say that movie, I love the ending. It's an alternative ending, and we'll talk about it a little more later, but I absolutely love that ending. It's actually it's my favorite ending in all of Death Note, the franchise. Actually, I like it more than the original ending.
Okay, I gotta say, the last time I watched this movie was maybe 12 years ago. I don't remember the ending at all.
That's fine. It's what I remember most about it. And I recently rewatched the first movie with Gladiator. We should really rewatch the second part at one point. But anyway, yeah. Okay, I have talked a lot. Anyone, you want to give your takes on the first movie?
Nope. You have said everything.
Okay.
Everything
should we go to it then? The Netflix movie.
Jesus fucking Christ, piece of. It doesn't. Why? Okay. God. Why? Why are they so? Why are they? Why do they couple so many of the characters to the characters in this film? There's no reason for. I don't fucking remember his name. What is his name?
Light Turner. The main
Light
character?
Turner. Yeah. Why does he need to be called Light again? And why is L? Why does he need to be L? He could be something completely else. I would be so satisfied if they took the concept of Death Note and just drop it. Where is it? Is it New York or something?
United States.
Yeah, United States. If the idea was just we drop the Death Note in United States, and that's what we're gonna make a movie about, I would not complain. But the problem is that they fucking ruined so many characters. Light, I can't even talk right now. I'm fuming.
Okay, dude, calm down. Take deep breaths. And you want to say something before Vladdy starts again?
I think maybe Misa was the worst character of the Netflix version. I think she was just awful in that one. I didn't like her there, but I would say I was okay with how they did Ill. I think he was all right. Like I could accept it, but I didn't like the whole.
Yeah, I will say, like Vladdy already touched upon, the biggest sin of the Death Note Netflix movie is the fact that it reused the names for characters that didn't need it. If they gave them if they gave the characters different names, I would have a lot less to complain about. But then the characters themselves, I didn't really like them that much.
No, they weren't likable. Like none of them
really.
were really likable.
Yeah.
I say the only redeeming quality of this movie is that the voice of Ryuk is the same guy who is the Green Goblin in the first Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
And I
Is
just
William
think it,
Dafoe? Are you sure about that?
who is it? Who is he called?
William Dafoe.
Yeah, the guy that has a very wrinkly face, a very
Yeah.
creepy smile. Yeah, it's that guy, I think. Or is it just modeled? Or
I'm
is it-
googling it.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Google that
it is
shit. Yeah,
him.
it's him. It's him. Yeah, I think
He
does a good
it's
job,
very
really.
fitting. It's very fitting. But that's the only quality about that movie.
I'm gonna be
What the
honest.
fuck?
In terms of how they
gotta mute
portrayed
for just a moment.
Ryuk, I agree that William Dafoe does a great job, but I think they made Ryuk a little too evil, if that makes sense. Because like,
I mean,
Ryuk,
he isn't a good guy.
no, he's not a good guy. But in the original, he was just like, okay, I'm bored, so I'm gonna throw this Death Note down the human world and see what happens. Here, he's literally going like, oh, Light, take this killing note and
Oh,
kill
God.
people.
The scene where Light sees Ryuk
Oh yeah, and Ryuk
in the
does the whole
library,
ghost thingy thing.
and he just ruins the entire room.
He's like, what are you doing?
It was the best fucking part. I loved it.
He just jumps into every fucking object in that room.
Yeah, like every
Like,
bookcase just falls over. It's like screaming and oh god.
Oh Jesus.
Okay.
It was amazing. And, like in the anime, he just falls off a chair. Like falling off a chair compared to ruining the school's library. That's pretty extreme.
Okay, and if you talk about the character of Light Turner itself, I'm gonna say I really hate this kid. And one of the things that I hate about him, he's the classic like Hollywood main character of, oh, my mother is dead. Oh, I'm getting bullied in school, and oh, I don't fit in. And then, he's starts killing people, and then I'm supposed to feel sorry for him, and
he's like a school shooter.
Yes, he is.
He really is a school shooter.
And he is.
Okay, just to mention, I personally don't have any spite against the actors. They did the best they could with this script.
And we don't condone people attacking other actors or other people on social media.
Yeah, don't
do that on our behalf.
Yeah, just people.
That's bad.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yes. You are entitled to your opinion, but you are not entitled to be an ass.
Yeah.
Put that on a t-shirt.
I mean, I don't think anyone is gonna go on William Dafoe's Twitter and shit talk him. I mean, it's
maybe
William
not
Dafoe.
his. Like the fact that he's the only actor that we actually know the name of.
Yeah, but like he's the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
I
But
think
now
actually
we only had good things to say about William Dafoe, so I don't think they're gonna attack him.
He's just such a great guy. Like I love his face.
Yeah, he's
For all I know, the guy who plays Light is a great guy. Like I never met him.
Yeah.
I'm sure
He does look like a school shooter. I'm not to be mean, but he does have the face of like. Come on, like haven't you seen the pictures of actual school shooters?
No,
Like
shh.
I'm not trying to be an ass. I'm
about
just
to get
saying.
demonetized here. I think we
Really
should.
wide.
Okay. Yeah, we got demonetized so hard by this.
Like
Spice.
okay, for real.
Yeah. It's not funny. Oh, no.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't like the character.
Yeah, and then at one point they called him there's this like we're supposed to believe that he's smart, like he can outthink Al, this master detective. And the only indication that he's smart is this one line that he's called like a smart kid. That's it.
That's really it.
Yes. There is
Can I
no
just say
indication
something
that-
really quick?
Yeah, come with it.
I'm not trying to make fun of school shooting.
No,
Like
no.
I don't think it's funny. I know it's very serious. I'm not trying to make fun of that. Okay,
Yeah.
just
Don't
in
worry,
case
we-
anyone is trying to cancel me.
Great, good.
It's the
Well,
first
great, you
episode. It's not gonna be
clarified.
the least watched thing. Like, don't worry about it.
But yeah,
Anyway,
I don't like the characters. Can we talk about Light now? He's
haven't we been talking about?
No. Sorry, L.
Oh, right, the black guy. Like, I remember the entire thing with the whole when people were talking about they were like whitewashing the characters, and then Oh God, the entire debate
I
was
don't-
about that.
It again, it doesn't give the character any specific quality that he's black,
No.
because they don't bring any culture into his character anyway.
Mm.
So
One
Okay, but for
thing.
real,
Yeah.
if they wanted to bring culture into his character with him being black, wouldn't it just seem a little like silly?
yeah, it would.
Like
Yeah.
if they,
wouldn't
it would
fit
feel like
L
they were really forcing
anyway.
it.
It would feel so wrong to L. That is exactly why they shouldn't have called him L. If they have just called him anything else, anything,
Tony.
maybe not Light, Toby. Yeah, T for Toby.
I
Again,
said Tony, not Toby, but whatever.
Tony, yeah, whatever. Toby, Tony,
Michael.
Tristan.
They could have called him anything.
Michael.
Like really.
Yeah, the problem is that when they call him L, we
Yes.
have this great character that's already established, that all
And we
the
have
fans,
a lot of expectations.
yeah, we already
Yeah.
have expectation of how this character acts.
And how he
And
should
they
act
just-
in given situation.
Yeah, and they just throw it out of the window. Oh Jesus!
Yeah, and then you can't come with the argument that like it's
God.
different characters, it's a different story. You can't come with that argument when they use the same names.
Yeah.
So yeah. Other than that, I would okay, if I have to come with some compliments to this movie, it did have some okay ideas. Like we see them actually with Light trying to stop some real world problems. Like we see him kill like terrorists and dictators. Where like in the anime or manga, in terms of criminals that Light kills, it was very vague about that.
Yeah, it was like
It's just they're criminals. That's all we know.
was that that pervert on the street that got hit by like a truck or something?
Yeah.
Like it was just like they were still criminals. Like they were still bad people, but he just took like every random criminal he could find.
Yeah. But here in
It's
the,
not like he went for like Bin Laden or something.
yeah. And where in the Netflix Death Note, they actually try to take like, okay, this is the real world. What is happening in the world right now? Like, what would a person like actually go after? And then it would be like you like I said, Bin Laden, terrorists and dictators.
They make it very relevant for the time.
Yeah, I will give them that much. That wasn't one thing I will say though, that the deaths that they showed us in detail absolutely sucked.
Oh, like the decapitating.
Yes.
in the beginning.
God, and it's a problem with Hollywood, but they have to try to make it look over the top and showy. Where show don't tell. No, not show don't tell. Less is more. That's it. Less is more works so much better. Like
The
just
book.
see. So just
Do you
seeing like
remember the
if we
book?
take compare it to the original, where we see just a lot of people just having heart attacks, like with not a lot of fanfare, that works so much better than seeing this random like Final Destination sequence of things that kills people. I felt like I was watching a Final Destination movie.
Yeah, it looked like a Final Destination.
Oh, it did. But that ladder thing decapitating that one guy and
Yep.
oh god.
Oh jeez. Do you remember the book Light read that it is exactly Ryuk back in the that was so dumb.
Yeah,
that was some why
weird.
it why it was so dumb. Yeah. Oh Jesus! I'm getting tired of talking about this movie. I'm getting
Okay, there's that one character who's actually pretty important in the movie. The one I don't remember if she has Misa's name, but the female character, the one that gets in a relationship with Light, where they kill.
Yeah,
people
that was the
together.
Misa one.
Okay, she was called Misa. Okay.
I don't think she was called that, but she was definitely supposed to be Misa.
Yeah, because I heard like one of the, I don't know if it was directors or what it was, they said that apparently that Light's character from the anime was supposed to have been split in two, where we have Light Turner and then this girl. It was supposed to like represent different parts of this character. Apparently.
Whoa.
It didn't show that.
I didn't get
all.
that either, but that's
No, not at
I
all.
can sort of, now that they said it, I can sort of see where she's a bit more diabolical than that one guy is. But if that is really the intention, then what they're doing was just taking one interesting character and turn it into two uninteresting characters. So it didn't work, whatever they tried. Yeah, and also
the end scene in that movie so action filled.
yeah, isn't that where that like what's it called?
Circuit wheel, circus
like,
wheel.
It's not called.
What the fuck are they called?
Ferris wheel, isn't that it?
Ferris wheel.
Yeah, Ferris wheel.
Yeah, Ferris wheel. Yeah, where that thing is breaking down and all that.
Yeah.
And they just perfectly land and survive.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and
Hollywood.
The worst scene in the movie is when Vaturi gets mind controlled and he's on the goddamn phone with Light, and Light is giving him instructions on what to do, like a video game controller. Like what?
So dumb. Yeah.
Like, where's the subtlety of the Death Note where it's supposed to like Yeah. I think I come up with all my grievances, and apparently they set up for a sequel that never happened. Gee, I wonder why. I almost want them to like I'm actually just a little curious about how the sequel would have like. Where would
I would like to see the script of that movie. Just read it. Well, oh Jesus.
Shall we move on? Or do we have anything else?
That movie. Oh,
all right.
Jesus.
We like the original Death Note from Japan, and we are not fans of the Netflix Death Note.
Nope.
Yes. This is yours, Anne. Stabbing yourself with a pen in your heart.
It's my favorite death through the whole fucking series. I just loved it.
Yeah, where Mikami got there, like, becomes a geyser of blood.
Yeah, but that fucking pen.
Yeah.
Just stabs himself in the heart.
I admit it's absolutely glorious.
Would you actually bleed that much after stabbing yourself?
No.
Actually, no, if you not like that, but depending on where you stab yourself or like cut yourself, it actually could like spurt out. Not as much as seen here, but
I mean, you have to like cut an artery.
Yeah,
for it to like pump blood out like that.
Yeah, but I
mean,
like
if
a geyser. He's a fucking geyser of blood.
Yeah, but if you were to like cut off an arm or something horrible, like there would be like blood pumping out for a little while at least.
Okay. Well,
yeah, it's a gloriously bloody scene.
It really is.
And if you're
it looks like something,
you will laugh out loud.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like something out of a who was the guy who made Kill Bill and
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, Tarantino.
Yeah, it looks like something from.
Oh yeah,
Tarantino.
he would be all over that.
I bet he would love this scene.
Yeah.
Like he's probably coming in his pants just thinking about it.
No, there's not enough feet in the scene.
That's not enough feet in this scene. He has a foot fetish.
Yes.
Not king shaming.
Oh, there is that other scene, with Light on it.
Oh yeah, when
Tarantino would love this show.
Oh yeah, he would.
Oh god.
It wouldn't be blood that's pumping. Oh, sorry.
Come on.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Yes.
No. Yeah. What? Are we already?
Oh, this is mine.
With that?
Okay. When I was.
Do we have more to say to this?
No. Please no.
I thought we were finished. So
that was short. Okay, great.
But here we go.
This one, I'm really excited about this because when I was like 12 and maybe 13, and I watched the series, I was like really thinking about like how to fuck it up,
Yeah.
And that's one rule that we talked about earlier, where if you write the name wrong a couple of times, you die, and your lifespan will be given to your person who you tried to kill.
Really? Huh.
Yes, and Light have several times written the killer instead of his own name in the book he will write, this person, John Johnson, goes up to the killer and says hello. He can write stuff like this, and it will be about light, like he will be the killer. So I was thinking, if someone like me with a really fucked up full name, like it's really messed up, it's a shit show. If someone like me were to write, John Johnson tries to write the name of the killer in the book, like they would never get it right. They would die and give their lifespan to me. I'm 100% sure it will work.
Good question.
Right according to Kirikou.
Well, I think one of the things that is with the Death Note that if you don't follow the rules, then you will, or if it's something you're writing, it can't be done, then you just die of a heart attack.
So, I think so.
So you might just glitch it out and just die of a heart attack.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's like a fail safe in the Death Note.
But then again, didn't Light write down things that some prisoners should do, but they couldn't do it?
Yeah, he was trying to test how far he could take it.
Yeah.
If someone in Japan could go to London in 5 minutes,
Yeah, and they just ran into a room and got a heart attack there.
No, they just died of a heart attack.
They just
died
of a heart attack.
So
like they tried to do the thing, but they couldn't, so they just died when the time ran up.
So doesn't that go against the rule?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think the person, John Johnson, I think he would die trying to write the name.
I think what would happen is John Johnson would just die of a heart attack. Because I think you would, again, it would glitch out and then.
But say that like he knew the killer, like he knows their face, so he can think of them while writing the name, and he just kind of know their name.
Yeah, again, and if for some reason the person can't do the thing that you're writing them like to do, then they will just die of a heart attack.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
But what if they got the
like in the anime, like the person couldn't go to France from Japan in under whatever hours. That's why he just died of a heart attack, because he couldn't do the thing that was written.
What if you write then, like John Johnson tries to write the killer's name in the notebook, but then fails and dies?
Then I think he would just die of a heart attack.
Yeah, I mean, he would. He if you do this and you write the name wrong, you do die of a heart attack, I think. But your
but I think John Johnson would just die of a heart attack, because
killer.
If there's no way for him to, for example, get the Death Note, then he would just die.
Yeah, but if you were to send him like in the mail a piece of paper from the Death Note,
maybe,
and make sure it actually arrived to his house.
I don't know, maybe.
I would say that's like a way to really fuck up the Death Note.
But honestly, if you had a Death Note, I would advise you not to experiment with it too much. Honestly.
And okay, you would be the biggest villain. Yeah, you would be such a big villain.
I would. I absolutely would.
With a snake in one hand and the Death Note in the other.
Sitting there with my budgies.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, can we talk about this random rule that a human who buys or sells a Death Note will die? Like, what the hell?
What?
I mean, you could make a lot of money if you were to actually sell it. So.
You would die.
Yeah, I mean, you're not supposed to make money out of the Death. I mean, you probably could make money out of the Death Note. I mean, if you were to like stalk someone rich and have the Shinigami eyes and then write down the name and steal their wallet, like you could make money, but I don't think you're supposed to like really hand over this book to someone else.
Well, Light hands it over like a lot of times.
Yeah, it's not.
But he's an ass.
But he doesn't like sells it. He just gives it.
Yeah,
like, he relinquishes his ownership of this Death Note, like all ceremonially, like that. But what I want to know is if you can like do a double suicide where someone buys a Death Note and they don't know it's a Death Note.
Oh, you could do that.
Yeah. Like, oh, I have this random note. Do you want to buy it? And then they say, oh yeah, sure. And then they both die.
Oh wow,
Like double suicide.
it looks cool.
Oh, that'd be
There's written
horrible.
Death
Like the
Note on it.
police would show up and then take the notebook as evidence. And
Shit. And
Oh
the
god, and then they would
the
sell it
Shinigami would
on, and then they
appear.
would also die. Or maybe, oh god. Like you found it. Or what if both people didn't know it was a Death Note and they found it randomly in a garage and then sold it in a garage sale? Like, would the rules still apply then?
As
Hmm.
when we are done here, you just sit and make a fanfic about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
See,
it.
this is what happens when you think too much about these things. Okay, should we move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, we've been talking for a long time.
Yeah.
Second part, yeah.
Yes. Okay. So this is the what we can call the L arc and the Neo Mellow arc. And I'm just gonna say it: the first part with Light versus L is 10 times better
So
than-
superior to the second
than the
part.
second part.
Again, the second part wouldn't have any weight if the first part wasn't as good as it was.
Yeah, and
The only reason you watch the second part is because you want to see the conclusion.
Can I say something?
Yes.
The chair that Nia is sitting on, doesn't it look like he's at the dentist?
Yeah, it actually.
Yeah, it does.
I never
that
realized
weird
it actually
headpiece.
does. Like, where is he sitting? Like, what the hell?
I have
Oh,
no
a
idea what the
dentist
chair
chair.
is.
It looks like a dentist chair.
It's like one of those modern wheelchairs, like for Stephen Hawking.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, the kind that like holds the
Rest in
head.
peace.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like what can be said? Like just if we
Season one
compare,
had the better intro. Also.
well, yeah. Actually, the second intro actually starts while we're still focusing on L.
Ah, does it?
Yeah, Nia and Mello is barely in it.
Funny. I
Yeah.
just connects. I just connect.
I know, but I will say, like, one of the things I think that the whole, again, we talked about the rivalry between L and Light. It just works so well. That's like a whole Batman Joker thing with them, and it's exciting to see. We don't get the same with Nia and Mello. They're just not as interesting characters as L is.
Yeah.
And
I know,
think-
I really like Mello. Like he meets a Shinigami and the first thing he does is hand it chocolate and just feed the Shinigami chocolate. Like I really like that idea. You know, it's not like giving an apple, which is like really symbolic, but it's like fucking candy and he's just feeding this Shinigami candy.
Yeah, and he ends up blackmailing the Shinigami actually. It's like doing what he wants. That's pretty badass. I gotta give him that much.
Mm.
That's cool.
Mm.
The design of the Shinigami is fun, cool, really disgusting. I like it.
Yeah, it's alright.
Oh, it's like
isn't it
a-
just it's a worm of some kind.
What's
It's
the word? Like
giant husk.
a cicada?
Maggot.
A cicada? What's the name?
Is it
like that's
cicada?
one
Yeah, yeah.
The insect that like comes up off the
Yeah,
ground every
that's a-
7 years or something. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
That
yeah, I can see the
irritating
cicada.
buzzing noise. Yeah.
Mm. There is.
So I
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah, but you talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there is one thing that I really like. Okay, I appreciate what the author was trying to do. I don't think it worked, but I appreciate what he was trying to do. Where he was trying to like change up the status quo where we had in the original we had Light versus L. It was one guy versus one guy. Where in the second part we had three people who were each going after each other. So it was like battle royale between three people. So again, he was trying to change it up a bit, and I can appreciate that. Unfortunately, I don't think it ended up working that well, but
No.
I can at least appreciate it for trying to
Yeah,
do
they,
something
they,
new.
they didn't want to do the same thing all
Yeah.
over.
So, and I don't think the story would have been better if like L had continued to live actually, or it had just continued to focus on Light and L. I think it actually was the Light and L rivalry was as long as it needed to be.
Mm.
So I don't blame the story there.
I think one of that's just a personal preference. I think one of the things that made me not like the second part as much as the first part. It's just it got so large. The
Yeah, like
scale,
complicated.
yeah, it got complicated.
Yeah.
We had so many places, and
factions.
again,
There were
Mello,
different factions.
different factions.
Changing
Mello
alliances and
Mello was in some kind of
like
base,
mafia gang or something.
yeah, base out in the desert or something. It just I like the scale of the first arc more, because it was, I don't know, I would not say relatable, but it was
easier to follow, I would say.
It was much easier to follow, where the second arc was just you just needed to have to follow much more what happened and where are we now.
I will say though, like, I think they really did Light's character development completely right for the second arc, where this is a Light that has been Kira for like several years at that point. He has gone completely nuts and egomaniacal in basically everything he does. Like, so he's a lot more unhinged than when he's fought L. So I think that was really the right way to go for Light, where where his development was going, and we see that at the end, where he goes this complete evil laugh with the glowing evil eyes, and and where he basically says to everyone else, like, yes, I'm Kira, what are you gonna do about it? So he's completely delusional.
Can I ask something?
Yes.
How many parts do we have for the rest of this podcast?
Questions.
Now, how many
subjects?
Yes.
Not
exactly.
many.
How many?
Can we take a quick pee break? I really need to pee.
We only have one after this one, so.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh, okay, great. Well, let's take are we finished with this question? With this?
Yeah.
Do we have more? Yeah.
One
I don't
last
have
part
more.
I want to add.
Yeah.
Is that one thing I do like about the second part is that idea that the only way to defeat Light and defeat Kira was that neither Nier or Mello were good enough to defeat Light. Neither of them were actually as good as L separately, but if they worked together, then they were not only as good as L, they were actually better than L. Only when they worked together could they defeat Light, and that's what they did. At the final act, they ended up working together, and Mello died and Matt died, but that was what made it so that Nier could actually win in the end. I like that part a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You're right.
On?
Yeah, sure.
The different endings.
Fuck yes.
Now this is you see in the picture here that one is the final shot of Light in the manga, the other is in the anime.
I gotta say, I really loved the anime ending. It was so beautiful.
You like the anime ending more?
I loved it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's so pretty.
Why did they make Light see L's spirit flying towards
I don't remember that at all.
I remember it looks weird, again, fueling the shivers.
But maybe it's because L in the end in some way defeated Light.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
It was
he died, yeah. He died, yeah, but again, he was a part of a plan.
Not really. I'm gonna say no.
Maybe it's just like Elle coming back from the death to say, I fucking knew you, Akira. I knew it all along, you little bitch, But
then why did he have that weird face? I don't know. I just thought it was weird. Okay, but here's the thing. I very much prefer the manga ending. I think the manga ending where it gives Light a very much more pathetic death as opposed to the anime, which gives him a more peaceful death. I think the pathetic death for Light is a lot more poetic, and it's a lot more deserving for one thing. And also it's ironic because Light has been this beautiful, smart person that has been in control basically the entire way. And then he crashes and burns so hard at the end. I just think it works a lot better.
Oh, I just remembered. We know what happens when people die.
What?
After they, yeah, there is this one scene in the anime Death Parade where you see
Oh,
Light.
come on, dude.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
That's a different
What?
anime altogether.
Yeah, I know it's a different anime, but
What
Light
are you
is
talking about?
okay. It's TLDR. It's about when people die and they don't know if people should go to heaven or hell. Two people will need to play a game, and however they go through this game, the demons or whatever the people in the, I don't know, the people who decides how to sort people into heaven or hell will decide where the person is going. And one of the scenes we look in some monitors, and Light is sitting in a chair waiting to play a game.
Okay,
Very
what scene
little.
is this? Like, where was this?
It's called Death Parade, and the anime is called Death Parade, and it's, I don't know what scene and what episode, but if you say Light
So it's a
Yagami,
whole separate
It's a whole
series.
separate anime.
it's a whole separate
Oh.
series, and
So
it's for a
probably the
split
same
second.
studio that made it or something.
Yeah, it's just a tidbit, but I just
It's
need to
fun
bring it
cameo
in.
in a different.
It's just a
Oh,
fun
okay.
cameo.
So it's not canon.
No,
Don't take
not
what
at
he
all.
says
Thank
seriously.
God.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I think the manga ending is much more fitting. It's just again when you I didn't I couldn't remember it, so I went back and read it, and the way he just grasps up to Ryuk and says, what is it? He says, "Save me" or something.
Yeah, save me, please save me. And,
Yeah.
and Ryuk writes his, and he actually, and when I love that, Ryuk actually, he taunts Light about it. Like, and he gives that big grin that Ryuk does and says that, you know better than 81 that once a name is written in a death note, it can't be undone or something like that. Yeah. And Light is just in despair.
I gotta say, like, I haven't actually read the manga
That's fair.
because I just don't have the money. Like, it's so expensive.
It's fine. I know
So
manga is
fucking expensive.
It's an expensive hobby.
Like, I have it on the list of things I want to read, but I
Mm.
just don't have the money to buy it.
It's fair. I don't blame you. But one thing I gotta say, my favorite ending is not the manga ending or the anime ending. It's the ending of the first Japanese live action version.
Is that the one where L has written his own name in the book
Yes.
and shows it to
Yeah. Where
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh
yes,
jeez,
it's an
that's so cool.
alternative like
Alpha
ending where
Moon.
L actually wins, and for an alternative L win ending, I love it. And
Yeah, it's so
Yeah,
good.
it's
and it
okay.
is the perfect, absolutely perfect way that L can like speed Light
One
by
of him,
writing his
yeah.
own name in the death note, making him basically immortal for 25 days. I loved it. I thought it was amazing. And the way they set it up in the anime with all the other cops like running out, holding guns to him, it's a bit over the top, but it works so well for me.
I mean, it's pretty smart of him. Like, it just shows that L, he doesn't care about himself. He doesn't care
Yeah.
about living. He only cares about being right and winning.
Winning the game, which he did.
Mm.
And then we have the entire thing with Light yelling at Ryuk to do something or save him, and then that thing and all that thing, and gives him again the pathetic death. So
Yeah.
the best ending in Death Note to me is the one in the live action version. I absolutely love it. So not that I think that the anime ending is bad, I just think that it's the lesser of three endings.
It's the less of the freeze. Yeah.
Yeah. And we don't talk about the Netflix ending. It didn't happen.
No, we don't.
I mean, there was supposed to be a sequel, so we don't actually know how that would end.
How would they do Nia and Mellow at all?
Would they
Jesus.
even appear? Like, come on. Like,
Oh God. Yeah.
anyway.
Was
should
that all
we-
the questions?
Yeah, now we come to the exciting end. what are we gonna talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
next time?
Okay, first I got one more thing for Death Note.
Yeah.
Light's sexuality. Like through the whole fucking series, he never got laid. I'm 100% sure he did not get laid, and it was over so many years. I bet $1,000, whatever, he was 100% asexual.
You know, you might be right. Like
I'm
he's
so
really
sure
good
of
at
this.
manipulating women. That's true, but we never actually see him like get on.
Like he had the
with them. He never
chance to like
shows
fuck all the
interest
women in his life.
anyone actually.
Like he had so many, you know, romantic interests. Like not from him. Like they were interested in him, not him interested in them. But like he had so many people who wanted to fuck him, especially Misa. Like he had the chance, and he
And
was
these were
never
all
interested.
really like established, hot, and successful people.
But
So,
Yeah,
but really, in the time skip, they wouldn't have had sex at all.
I don't think he had sex. No.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the scene where Misa was in like underwear or something
Yep.
while they all were working?
oh god,
Light did not look at her.
Nope.
Like he
True,
could
he
not
never
care
seemed
less.
like
was-
interested at all. Not even like
Nope.
curious or anything. Or like,
There
No,
were no
And like the
lusts.
scene where he like looks
Not
at
an ounce
porn
of
to
lust.
convince people that he's
Oh, yeah,
just
he
looking
looks
at porn, he's
so
not killing
bored.
people. Like he's just so bored. Like he doesn't
yeah,
want
like,
to look at
Yeah.
porn.
Can we just get on with this?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know, I think
Oh,
you're
And,
right.
just to be
yeah,
clear,
he's-
I'm not making fun of asexual people at all.
No, no,
No,
no,
no,
I'm
no,
not.
no. We
I just
no,
really
respect
think
all
that Light
sexualities
Light
here,
is
or
asexual.
It's
sexual
just-
interests.
It's almost he have porn just because that's what
You know, it might actually go.
And it's like when asexual people, they don't know they're asexual, but they don't have any sexual interest, so they just try to like do what they think everyone else is doing. Like he thinks
maybe.
it's normal for him to like go out and buy porn and hide it in his room and be like totally extra about making sure no one finds out about the porn. It's like he thinks that's the
Maybe.
normal thing to do, so he just like tries to pretend.
Yeah, I think it actually might
Maybe.
also go with Light's character in that he's trying to be this like otherworldly god. So he's like beyond earthly desires.
Yeah, he
Which would-
doesn't like it's like he
Yeah.
doesn't even have a dick anymore.
Yeah, basically.
Like he has
Well,
he's just smooth down there like a Ken doll. I bet
well,
He
is.
doesn't even have nipples. It's just move like like
He does
like
have
a
a six-pack. Don't we see that at one point?
Do we?
I think we see like form-fitting clothes and wet clothes on him or something at some point. He is in pretty good shape, you know
With
that.
clothes on him.
Like when they're in the rain, like they have a lot of sexy shots with Light.
They do.
Yeah.
Like
They
the
do
feet
like-
pic.
Yeah, exactly.
Very sexy.
Okay, let's get on. Let's get on.
Okay.
Oh,
So now I'm going to spin the wheel of fate to decide which one of you will decide the next main subject.
yoo-hoo! Can we see the wheel?
No,
Oh.
not in the budget.
I would just. Do we just need to believe in you?
Well, like it. Well, that's only two names, so
I want to see the wheel.
okay, you'll see the wheel next time.
Okay,
Yeah, I found it on my iPad, not my computer this time.
fine.
Okay, you didn't win anyway.
Oh,
Oh, did I?
Yes,
Okay,
your time to shine.
perfect. I was really hoping you would choose me because I have the perfect one.
Okay,
Oh, what's the fucking name? Is that the with the fucking edgelord kid?
that's a lot of enemies.
yeah, that's
Sword
a lot
Art
of fucking
Online.
enemies.
Sword Art
Sword Art
Online.
Online?
Yeah.
Oh, I am so game. That was actually
Let's
on my
go.
list of future.
Oh no! Does that? How many seasons have you seen, man?
Everything.
You've seen
Oh,
everything?
Fuck!
Yes, I have.
Does that mean I need to see Elfheim online now?
You have to see it all. Please do.
You at least
So
see
fucking
the
funny.
like the gun thing where Kirito's a chick. It's hilarious.
Oh, how long is that anime? Is it long?
Not that long. It's not that long. It's like
Well, I will
one
binge
season
it.
or
I will
something.
binge it.
It's like one season and then 2 movies. I think you don't have to watch the movies, but
No, you don't
like
have to watch
you will
the movies,
enjoy
but-
them because they're really cringe.
Have you also
Oh.
seen like the Alicization then?
Which one is that again? Like what's it about?
It's where Kirito gets into this virtual reality place, which is like medieval.
Oh, yeah.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like where he's
I've
in
seen
a
it.
coma.
Isn't that the first one?
No, it's later on. It's without
Is it
asthma. There's more
where
than what's on.
put the mask on and they just go into a coma? Oh, are you talking about where he goes into a coma in the game?
No, I'm talking about where he goes into where he gets like stabbed by this like criminal with this like deadly thing, and then he goes into a coma.
I don't remember that at all, but
I
I'm
think it
pretty
might be
sure
a later
I've
season
watched
that you
it.
might not have seen, where he meets Yu-Gi-Oh and they
Maybe I don't remember it so clearly. Like it's a while since I've seen it. I think it's maybe like,
have you
I don't
only
know,
seen it
5
on
years.
Netflix? I want to ask that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay, then you only seen the first season.
Oh, okay.
Yes, all right. So we're only going by the first season.
Okay, Mass, how will you cut this, because we didn't clap. How will
worry,
you go with this?
I got this.
Okay, fine. I just remembered, so we didn't start clap. How will you match the visuals with the with the sound?
I don't think that's much to match. Anyhow, it's just a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Like it would be okay. It's pretty easy to match.
Basically, I'm not going to take the video that I've been like recording right now. I'm just gonna take the audio and then I'll put the.
Oh, but what about when we talk about the pictures on screen?
Yeah, but the pictures will also be there, but I'll put them in separately.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Is this important for our listeners to hear, or is this just?
Oh no, we can cut this out.
Yeah, let's cut this out. Oh, okay, fine.
I will stop the screen sharing.
And we need to say subscribe and all that.
Remember to like and subscribe and comment. I want to hear all your thoughts, and if you disagree with anything we said, by all means, come with your opinions, and we'll take them under consideration.
Yoo-hoo!